I wish ever wonder why some actors keep returning to the roles that made them famous. Sometimes it's not just about creative passion, but a strategic move to navigate tricky waters. And Ryan Reynolds finds himself in that position now, pushing hard for a fourth Deadpool film as a legal battle involving his wife. Blake Lively threatens to reshape his carefully said Southern man. The success of uh, isn't the full story behind the scenes. A different narrative is unfolding, one centered on damage control and a desperate attempt to reclaim control of the narrative. Um, for over a decade, Deadpool has been Ryan Reynolds' most reliable asset. The character rescued his career after survived the Disney Fox merger and even thrived during a period of slumping box office numbers for Marvel, and now feels less like a natural progression and uh, more like a strategic retreat to familiar ground. Uh, Everything else around him is starting to wobble. Um, the problem isn't simply that Blake Lively is embroiled in a legal dispute. Uh, uh, it's that Ryan Reynolds is now directly uh, named in that conflict. Uh, his carefully cultivated brand of approachability and humor is being tested by allegations, counter allegations, and a uh, very public fight for control of the. Uh, Reynolds doesn't come off as a neutral bystander, and uh, industry sources point to aggressive behind the scenes maneuvering and a PR war. Even if any no wrongdoing is proven, the perception is corrosive, especially for someone who relies on likability. Unsealed text messages paint a less sympathetic picture. Uh, in one exchange, Reynolds expressed frustration that Blake Lively wasn't receiving enough credit for the success of. Uh, he didn't just defend his wife; he demanded action from others, placing blame and responsibility squarely on those he felt weren't acknowledging her contributions. Another text revealed a scathing condemnation of Justin Baldoni, accusing him of malignant, lazy-lidded stupidity and darkness. The language is striking and reveals a willingness to attack and diminish others, but Baldoni's legal team has seized on these messages as evidence of a deliberate attempt to control the narrative and leverage power. They claim Reynolds and Lively attempted to steal the film and then turned on anyone who didn't fall in line. These messages complicate Reynolds' public image. They project entitlement, aggression, and a willingness to weaponize reputation, qualities that stand in stark contrast to his carefully cultivated persona. Um, this is why suddenly feels urgent. A successful sequel would shift headlines, redirect fan conversation, and allow Reynolds to retreat into a role where controversy is drowned out by box office receipts and meme-friendly marketing. But that doesn't mean it's a guaranteed fix. Audiences are set. If is perceived as a distraction, it could backfire. Worse, it could tie Reynolds even more tightly to a single character at a vulnerable moment. May still print money, but it can't launder reputation. If the legal and reputational fallout continues, no amount of fourth wall breaking humor will fully insulate Ryan Reynolds from the consequences. It's ironic, and Reynolds plays a character known for breaking the fourth wall, but now he's trying to build a wall around his own image. And with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.